And what is up, guys? Technicals here. Today I wanted to show off the top 10 3D prints that I used to help make my office something a little bit more habitable. If you've been following the channel, you know I recently did sort of a micro renovation of my office. I used several different off-the-shelf 3D prints plus some custom designs that I made to kind of help facilitate better productivity here in my office, help organize things, help hide ugly stuff. I think it came out great, and I wanted to show you the top 10 prints that I used. I'm hoping there's at least 10 I didn't actually count. So this is my office. It's actually a garage that I converted. I put a sleeper floor in, I put a ceiling in, I redid the walls, I closed up some portions of it, did structural work, flooring work, electrical work, so on and so forth. Previously, 2 of my walls were done in slat wall. This stuff here, it's usually for commercial application. You see it in a lot of retail stores. You can clip things into it very easily, and so merchants will use it to merchandise things. And so I wanted to complete the rest of the office in this slat wall material just so I can have everything be modular all the time, so I can change it to fit my needs. The main benefit of this is that slat wall hangers can easily be 3D printed, and you can 3D print virtually anything to fit your exact needs and just put a slat wall hanger on it, and then suddenly it's a slat wall fixture. So most of these are slat wall stuff, but a lot of them have to do with my desk as well. First up, a custom design made by me, sort of, other than the slat wall hanger. This is a simple shelf. It's just a 12-inch wide shelf that has a slat wall hanger on the back. It is a triangle. It is the most complex 3D design you've ever seen, I'm sure, but I like it. I like it minimalist. I like it simple, and you can 3D print these. They're about 300 something grams worth of filament. I print them on my Cobra 2 Maxes because they're a little big for anything else. I could print them on the Sovol, but I find that the slow speed gives me a more consistent result, and these are great for storing any number of things or just decorations. Another custom design of mine, I branched out into a 4th plane and made a rectangle. This is actually a paper box in case I need to file something, or I need to remind myself to file something. I have ingoing or outgoing mail, things like that, things that have to go into the house when I'm allowed in there. I put this by the door just in case I need to put something in that box, and my brain's conditioned to get rid of clutter, and so if I see something in the box, then I know to take care of it. Some more slat wall based 3D prints. These are hangers for things like my uniform, my broom, my door jamb, other things to hold my everyday carry items like sunglasses, car keys, cigars, things like that, things that you absolutely need on a day-to-day basis. I use no less than 10 sets of latex gloves every day because I have so many animals and I'm always touching dirty things, and I find as I get older I'm becoming more of a germaphobe. Anyone else have that lingering sort of thing from COVID? Again, the super cool part is I just put a slat wall hanger on the back of nearly all these things, and then suddenly they fit anywhere I want into the wall. I have these little paper clips here too in case I get Etsy orders or eBay orders for 3D print stuff. I can pin those up on the wall, and again, I'm trying to eliminate clutter. If I see them on the wall, then I know, and it reminds me to take care of it. Down here, one of my more recent prints, printed these on the Orange Storm Giga. I was always a bit bugged by the gaps between the legs of these tables that are in the back here. So I measured them out and printed them on the Orange Storm Giga. They're a simple 3mm thick piece of plastic with a little triangle on top, and I just double-sided taped them to the bottom of the table, and they fill in the gap. Now, if you're really inspecting, sure, you see some gaps in between them, and the shade of black is a lot different than the cabinets themselves, but if you're just passing by, it gives it a more seamless look, in my opinion. Plus, if I want to hide anything ugly behind them, like junk and clutter, then I can at least do that and not have to look at it. This next one I thought was clever because I was looking to put surround sound in the office, but I didn't want to see the rear speakers, so I put them here in the gap between the cabinets up top, and I just made a simple form, a circle, for these ceiling-based speakers to slide into, and I hang them from the slat wall where you can't see them. I still get the full audio experience, and they fit neatly up in there. If you've been watching my vlogs, you probably saw the saga with those. While we're underneath these bottom cabinet panels to fill in the gap underneath these steel panels, because if you don't fill them in, then it's kind of ugly. It's a more seamless look. I'm doing videos, and I noticed when I was doing videos, you can kind of see underneath these cabinets behind me, and it was always kind of bugging me because I had wires and things hanging down. So I thought, let's just print panels to go up underneath all of them and at least kind of seal it up and give it a more seamless look. Moving on to my desk here, wires are always a huge concern, and it's kind of why I put my computer and most of anything that I possibly can in my server closet and just chase the wires. They run through a raceway into the server closet. That way I don't have to have my system out here, but I still have to have wires, and a lot of wires because it's a long way to that server cabinet. So in order to address that, it's just a simple off-the-shelf download off of printables, a 15mm raceway. However, I did use that design in with some custom design to kind of make a cable hide that fits exactly the contours of my particular desk. So just incorporating it into Tinkercad, I was able to put the raceway on there. It clips into place, but the larger model that I designed contours perfectly to the desk and hides all the cables. While we're snooting around in the server closet, I did do some 3D prints for inside of the server closet. These Govee light bars, I actually took the base off of. They're meant to be a floor lamp, but I just removed the base, kind of did a little modification to it, and I 3D printed these super ultra simple brackets that hold it on the wall. That way I can have them hidden from view, but they still broadcast their light when the light's off in the server cabinet and the lights off in the office. It gives more of an ambiance to the whole blue theme that I have going here. I also incorporated these. They're, again, a very simple design that just lock into the rack itself to help better manage the cables. And if you've ever had a server rack or bought anything for a server rack, you know the prices for those things they're enterprise grade prices. They're usually very expensive for things. So for 3D printing these brackets, cost me a few cents, keeps the wires in check, and keeps me from having to use twist ties or zip ties or anything like that. Something that's, you know, you have to clip to remove. These just kind of keep it locked in place for virtually no money. Headed back to our desk, some more cable management. I have this structural steel gantry that runs over my monitor now to hold my speakers, this camera, the light, and the wires run along it. I thought about running it through the structural steel, but then that'd be a lot of chopping and drilling into pretty decently thick steel, and it would leave burrs. Do I really want to be sanding steel pipe? No, I don't. So I just 3D printed these off the shelf structural pipe guards that have a space for a wire, and I was lucky enough to find someone had designed it. I did have to scale it to fit the structural steel that I'm using, which is a 3/4 inch, so it had to make it fit. I wanted it to snap and hold tension on the wires. It does a good job hiding all the wires, keeping them nice and taut, and making it look like there aren't wires. Additionally, another off-the-shelf 3D print, this cable raceway. This one doesn't have holes to go in and out. It's very simply just a channel raceway to hide wires. So I had my rear speakers running up over the top of the cabinets. That seemed like the best way at the time to run those. Here we are at the top of the desk, the things that I'm interacting with the most on a day-to-day basis, including the Ultimate Pen Cup, a custom design. If you'd like to download and print your own Ultimate Pen Cup and support the channel at the same time, I currently have it on sale for $3.50. It's not the most ingenious design in the world, but I did it. Proud. And so you could buy it and print it yourself and have your own Ultimate Pen Cup. Or if you just want to buy the print, I will gladly print you one and fulfill it. Link in the description below. Next to that, one of our more recent additions, the under the desk fan mod conversion, whatever you want to call it, and didn't want a desk fan on top of my desk, and I need a desk fan. I have it off right now for audio reasons, and I'm dying. This little gooseneck on the top redirects the airflow from the fan that pumps in the air from underneath the desk, and I can move it around and direct it wherever I want to go, and it's working out fantastic. Heading below the surface, I needed a place for my paper towels because I don't want to see paper towels because those are ugly. And why do you have paper towels underneath your desk? For the exact reason you're thinking of. So I have this paper towel holder, again, an off-the-shelf print. There are many designs for it. This one seems to work okay. I'm not particularly thrilled with it. I'll probably print something else that does a little bit better job maintaining the tension on the paper towel, so when I pull it, the whole roll doesn't come off. And lots of these little brackets to just hold the cables up underneath the desk so they don't hang down. I don't hit them with my legs and things like that. Again, there's a billion and one different designs for these kind of things on printables, Thingiverse, Maker World, etc. And finally, the one main piece of decoration I have in here, I guess, is a 6 foot tall life-size dummy 13. I did 3D print this. I did make a video on it. If you'd like, check my channel. I have a full video outlining how much it cost to print it, how long it took, and some of the pitfalls in printing a life-size dummy 13. Check the channel if you want to find out more about that. I'm not sure if that was 10. Was that 10? I'll put the number down here. So those are some of the things that I use to help improve this office. I think this is going to help immensely because a clean environment to me is a necessity in order to be super ultra creative and full of ideas like I am. The office kind of represents me, beautiful on the surface, but just a total mess underneath. So now that you've had the nickel tour of my office, if there are any 3D prints that you think could help further improve or maybe do a little bit better job filling some of these tasks that I have put them in place for, I'd love to know what you think or about anything. Just comment. I appreciate you guys taking a look at this. Be sure to like the video because it's the nice thing to do, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm the Technicals. See you next time.